With me today is Mr. Gat Hanzo, writer and creator of the Vestige and Bullet Maker universes. And we'll be discussing something that is not so comfortable. Today I spent, this morning actually started out relaxed. I was reading Metamorphosis Alpha, the rule set for the first edition, 1976, by Mr. Jim Ward, as well as the fourth edition, which is a huge book. Since it came to light that Mr. Ernie Gygax was lied about, and you can check that out in the video right here for the full details on that, Mr. Ernie Gygax apologized to a lot of people, a mass of people, in an effort to smooth things over with people who didn't actually know that he was lied about. This is not necessarily the best way to approach it when you're being lied about, but this is the route that he chose to take. As you know, Gat, most people don't look at details. They don't actually try to figure out what happened. They just repeat what they've been told. In fact, Mr. Ernie Gygax is a passionate advocate of D&D. I really like the lines where he said, we might not be the ones to create this diamond, this beautiful shining diamond, but we might have some parts of that diamond in it in what we create. And I just want to be around long enough to see something come about that is like that diamond. So turns out that Ernie Gygax actually quit Twitter yesterday, and we've got his last tweet. Here it is. Ernie Gary Gygax Jr. says, "There's a coordinated assault across various channels being mounted upon me, my company, my father, and our staff by @WizardsDND. I need your help to stop it before someone gets hurt. We created this business. We are TSR TM. Please support us at tsr.games. Gat, I got to ask you, what is happening here? What am I reading?
Whoa, this is huge. If this is, this is straight from his mouth, he's blaming Wizards of the Coast for a coordinated attack. I guess maybe to hinder his growth at his business that they just started. Mm-hmm. This is amazing. This is a hot topic then if it's true, right? This is, this is some real smoke here. Now, is there really fire? I don't know. It's crazy to think about. Is there dirty business tactics involved? I guess speculate, maybe ask everyone, the viewers, what they think.
Yeah, I'd love to know. Please let us know in the comments what you think about this tweet. It's hard to believe, right? When you read something like this, thinking, what would WoTC, what would Wizards of the Coast be so concerned about? A small fledgling upstart company that does indeed have the TSR name. Regardless of that fact, it is not the original TSR. It does not have all of those original people. Jim Ward is there and Mr. Larry Elmore, but it is not necessarily the exact same company. Okay, but we want to see what they've got to create, right? But it feels hard to believe that Wizards of the Coast would want to remove their competition. What do you think, Gat? Let's assume for a moment that this is true. Let's do a thought experiment just to work it out. Gat, what do you think? What would that entail?
Well, so they would be intimidated by the name. You mentioned there were a handful of people that are still working, and they're actually, these are some of the guys that actually invented the game itself. So maybe there's a little bit of an intimidation factor coming from TSR, and they want to cut them off before they get started off, get going too well here. It would be amazing. This is a company that basically has a stranglehold on the market, right? Wizards of the Coast. If they're intimidated by guys with just a little bit of the pedigree, and some of the older guys coming back who used to develop games, could there be dirty tactics involved? Could it just be random internet mobs? Like I said, the viewers probably have a better perspective on that. If I assume that this is correct and he believes this, then yeah, I could see a big competition kicking off between these two companies. Anyone could challenge Wizards of the Coast. It would be someone with the pedigree of TSR.
Just today, I was looking at, like I said earlier, a Metamorphosis Alpha, and that's a sci-fi RPG, okay? Just something I wanted to get into Mr. Jim Ward's head and really understand what he's been thinking. So they do have Mr. Jim Ward there, And he is working on Giantlands, which is in editing, according to him, according to a message that he sent me on Facebook when I asked him where he was at with it. Because I'm interested and I want to know. I want to get my hands on it. Is it possible that Giantlands could compete? I mean, that's a big if, right? WoTC Wizards is a huge company, and 5th edition is massive.
Yeah, I think it's jumping the gun a little bit. I think it's just purely off the name itself. If they're, if Wizards is taking notice and they do it is a coordinated attack. I mean, wow, we've seen this in some of other online movements as well. So it's not exactly a new thing. It's amazing to think about. Is this going to kick off a major competition between the two? I think in general, competition is a good thing. So with TSR being back, I think it should up the quality of work from everyone. In general, say in any entertainment field, sports, competition only makes you better.
And there's so many different systems out there. It's never really been a problem before. But in this case, I think it is probably because of the pedigree. Even though, I mean, this is the son of Gary Gygax. It's not Gary Gygax himself, right? And TSR is not the same as the new TSR. Is not the same as the old TSR. That's 100% for sure. But could it be their threat? I want to look into it more. I'm not willing to really pass judgment at this point. I think it's too early days, but this is one heck of a smoking gun.